Well, happy Monday, or whatever the heck day it is that you're watching this video. And today we are talking about baboon ass, monkey butt, or just red chafed cheeks when you're riding long distance and how to prevent that. Now, there are a few strategies to do that. In fact, I have stolen tricks from my triathlon and mountain biking days, which is chamois cream on the cheeks, and it works. But one thing I would recommend is changing the seat that comes on your bike. Typically, the stock seats are usually made by the cheapest person possible, and that's just kind of how it works. So we are putting on the Saddlemen Roadsofa on our 2021 Road Glide Ultra. Now, note, I've already taken it on a long ride, and I absolutely love it, but these things are up to your discretion. There's plenty of brands out there. I love Saddlemen. I love the way they look. I definitely enjoyed the way this thing felt on my cheeks, so it's a double win. But I'm going to show you how to install it, because not only is it just putting it on the bike, but we do have the Tour-Pak that we need to install. Let's get to it. Oh, yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what seat you're running, what seat you like. Have you ran the Saddlemen? Have you not ran the Saddlemen? I will tell you this, though, real quick. For some reason, something's changed, because typically these things takes a lot of time to break in, and this one really didn't. It just worked. Anyways, let's hear it down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Title said, we are installing a new seat on the Harley Saddlemen seat. This is the Road King, not the big one, just because I'm not that big of a person, but it's got the gel, and we went with the gold, with diamond stitch with the gold accents, just to kind of match the idea of the bike. I'll show you how to install these things. It's really not that difficult. I think where the video would come in more handy is the Tour-Pak, because we did get the Tour-Pak backrest to match this. Now, I didn't get with the one with the backrest. I'm not a big backrest person. I know everybody says it's great. I've ridden with them. It's just not my thing. So what I would tell you about Saddlemen is, if you're going to order this seat and you don't know if you want the backrest, buy the backrest. Because once this is made, you'll notice there's no cutout. You can't have a backrest put into this. You'd have to order a whole new seat just to do that feature. And that's a lot of dang money. So if you're unsure, buy it with it. If you know you don't want it, like me, then you're good to go. But let's get to the install. To remove the seat is really simple, kind of, except this little pain in the butt, but just a really long Phillips. It's hard to get the camera back here, but there's just a Phillips screw that's down here, and you're just gonna give it an unscrew till it's loose. You're gonna drop it and lose it, because that's what we do, and just lift up and slide out. Real simple. And we need to clean that. Let's get the seat unwrapped. I laid a towel down because, well, the only thing I want putting marks on my seat's my big ass. We're gonna take the plastic wrap off, and it comes with what I think is really cool. It comes with a rain cover. This particular design especially does, because it's got perforated edges. It can get wet, yes, but this is to save it. And then we've got something here. Let's unclip that guy. And this is basically what I unscrewed. So this is just the nice gold looking back pin that holds the seat in. And all of this is your latch, and we just got to get this out. So that's our stickers they give us. So if you look here, it basically says remove, rotate, reattach, and install. So we're going to rotate this guy. The answer is yes. This is just a nice 4. Basically what this is the catch in the back that we screw the seat down to. So like it says, remove, rotate, reinstall. And they do this for the obvious reasons. We don't want the, you don't want it shipping and ripping. The other thing I would assume, now it says rotate, so it says to go this manner. But I'm curious, yes, okay, it does make sense. I didn't know if it was gonna go this way. But if you look at the way this is cut here, it's basically designed for these bolts to seat in nice and flush. So yes, you will, then before you tighten them down, get both in there. Now you could use an impact if you really want to. I'm not, just for the safety of the video here. And I don't want to hurt my seat. So we're gonna get those nice and in. Boom, those are nice and tight. And then we have our seat tools here, or seat accessories as they call it. Let's open it up, see what it is. So it's basically the Torx key that does the seat. Now, the only issue that I see with this is the length. Now, if you don't have a bagger, this is perfectly fine, but I do, so we're gonna do something different, but we'll keep this on the Harley in case of emergency. So I'm gonna show you this part because it's gonna be hard to see once it's on the bike. I did grab a very long extension because I like overkill and long things.
That's what she said.
But anyways, this piece here is basically more of a decorative cover plate. It's gonna slide on this way, so when you look down, and then you'll see how the way that it's seated. So again, similar to this, it's gonna sit in there nice and pretty like. So I'm gonna put you over here because that's just the way that works. Now, if you'll notice with Harley, there is a catch here, which this catches into, and then there's the back bolt that's back here. So when I go to do this, it's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the butt for you to see me do it, but this is going to slide in. It's that simple. All right. So anyways, and then we get this guy to fall in back here, and that is the seat there. We'll just get it all tied up and tied down. Kind of hard for me to show you guys that. I do love the look of the new seat. What I would say is from the old touring seats, you can kind of see where it leaves a little bit of a mark here and up on the tank here, but we can buff that out. Here's the first portion. So this is the wife's section, AKA the backrest. They do a great job of packaging this stuff up. Again, here is another cover. These are important. We're gonna wanna keep those with the bike. And then just that guy. Now, what's nice about this is simple. It's basically 3 bolts. We're gonna leave the Tour-Pak on the bike. We're just gonna get the right size for this. These have nylon lock washers in, so it's important that we get it nice and locked in. But if you wanna look, obviously it's gonna match what we have. Let's find the right socket. So I was taking a shot in the dark, and how would I have known that it was a 1/2 inch? So just remember what you're doing is a American bike, not a metric bike. So everything that you're going to be removing is typically going to be an American standard size. Sometimes it gets stuck, but American standard. So 1/2 inch is pretty popular on this bike when you're doing the work. And then sometimes the new stuff gets stuck. That's why I just keep that 4 around just to pop it off when it does. So all I'm doing is just prepping the seat for install. And then I would bet you, yep, these washers here. Now there are rubber washers that you see right here. We're gonna leave those on because that is gonna go on the other side so it compresses down nice and in. You'll see these are adjustable, so it allows it to adjust when you're putting it on the bike, but we gotta take the other one off first. So if we open up the Tour-Pak, you can see it's the exact same setup there. We're just gonna take these off. Top and bottom. Whoop. Here, here, and here. And then I'm just gonna come around and grab it, pull it right out, just like so. Real simple. Our next goal is basically to get this in the holes here, which isn't that difficult. Now, you can set it down, lay it down, whichever way you wanna do it. I'm just gonna come over to this side. Let's see if I can figure it out. And you got to make sure you put it in the right hole. But there we go. Real nice and easy. Now the one thing I did do is keep the washers from the original bike or the original seat. I like these. They're a little bit bigger than what these other ones are. And as we do everything else, get everything started. We're not cranking it down. We're just getting it started enough so we can kind of get everything in. Oop, make sure you put it the right way. So just a few good. So everything's lined up, everything's good. Now we're just gonna crank it down. You'll notice I'm not using an impact. Rubber, plastic, molding and whatnot, I don't want to break that. So we're just gonna take our time, draw everything in. The big thing to look for is making sure that you break past the nylon. So you're getting through into that nylon. That nylon is what causes it to be a lock washer. So that's what makes it lock into place and doesn't back out. And then we're just doing a few at a time. There we go. Don't over tighten it, you crack your plastics. Not worth it. But after you do that, it should go right back down and in. Everything lines up. Let's give it a gander. So as you can see, installing the Saddlemen seat with backrest on the touring pack is actually a very simple thing to do. What'll be a little frustrating on the seat is if you have the touring pack, you have a big bundle of wires that run all the way to the back. That just kind of sets to the side. The seat goes right back in. First time you do it, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. But other than that, it's really simple. I think anybody can do it. You don't need to pay somebody. If you go to different biker rallies, different events that Saddlemen is at, they will typically have a plethora of this stuff. They'll do it for you, which is really nice. The only issue you're gonna have is taking your stock stuff home. Some people will just say, hey, keep my stock seat, I don't want it. I'm not doing that, I'm gonna keep that, just in case for some reason she doesn't like this, which, yeah, anyways. The nice thing about this is I think they've really dialed in their seats. There's been complaints of the break-in period, it's too hard and whatnot. What I think in the last year, they've really kind of dialed in their foam padding, their foam technology, because this seat feels a lot different than the ones I felt over a year ago. All the gel is inside of it, which is the big plus, which is what we want. So they do make a Roadsofa King, which is bigger. I didn't want bigger. We didn't need bigger. I didn't want bigger. I kind of wanted less is more with this bike. So I think it looks great. Super excited. Well, as you can see, installing a seat on the bike is pretty much not rocket science. Again, the hardest thing that you're gonna have are two things. If you have a Tour-Pak, you're gonna have that cable that goes to the back of the Tour-Pak. On this particular one, I just had the cable set to the side just a little bit and everything just flowed right on in. No big deals whatsoever, no scratches. I liked it. And then putting the backrest section on the Tour-Pak, it's really not that difficult. In fact, if this is something that you can't do, be cautious when working on your bike is what I would say. But I think Saddlemen makes it very simple to order the seat. Again, there will be a link in your saddlebags below on where you can go to their website. You can customize. I do recommend calling into their customer service though on your final kind of order push. They're gonna walk you through everything. They're gonna ask you the right questions. If you are looking to get the extended version, and basically what that is it's designed for the taller folk. So basically everybody but me. And what it does is it takes about 2 inches off the back seat. So for your passenger, they're gonna lose a little bit of real estate. So if they have a huge butt, they're not gonna thank you. And then it extends the pushback about 2 inches. Now, 2 inches doesn't sound like a lot unless it's snowing or you're a guy, but it is a lot when you're riding on these bikes. It's gonna push you back pretty far. So be cognitive. If you're on the fence ordering it, say you're 6 feet tall, I would definitely call in and talk to them about that. They do recommend that 6'2" area for the length. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys had fun watching it. If not, you just played it in your garage and just let me spat crap for, what, 20 minutes? Link in your saddlebags below. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.